Hey everyone, this is Spoony Bard. I'm back with another dollar store comic book find video. In Canada, we have a chain of dollar stores called Dollarama, and lately they've been carrying in their book section graphic novels. They're about $5 each now. Um, and as you can see, I've only found a couple, so let's get right into it. Okay, so first up, I've got The Legend of Wonder Woman, Volume 1 Origins. Now, this was originally printed as a 27-part web series that they later collected into 9 issues. It does say Volume 1, but the proposed Volumes 2 and 3 were scrapped. Now, before I get into any of the other details, I just want to show off that this actually has something underneath the cover. Now, a lot of times it'll just be like a black thing, just like a matte black with the name of the book embossed, but they actually did a nice full color hardcover on that. So, I mean, I never take my covers off, but it is cool to see. Okay, so first up, talking about the art team, you've got Renee DeLiz, who wrote and penciled this, and Ray Dillon, who did the lettering, coloring, and I forget something else. And they're actually like wife and husband. They met at a con. I think they said I don't recognize the name. She did some like smaller indie comics or something. And I just got to say before anything else, like her version of Diana there is, I think, absolutely beautiful. This is definitely like I can understand, why people would be enamored with the beauty of Wonder Woman through this depiction. Now, what's cool about this is it's another Wonder Woman retelling. Seems like her origin story is kind of the only thing that they seem to be able to stick with. But this is actually more of the Golden Age version of Wonder Woman. You do have Steve Trevor coming to the island, but he is World War II pilot. Um, Eventually, she does end up leaving the island, and much like in the original 1940s version, one of the first people she meets is this plus size woman, Etta Candy. I think that was like her first sort of like gal pal, and I know they went on adventures or something, and it seems very much like she's filling that role here. She's kind of like the plucky sidekick. Um, so they're keeping it pretty consistent with the Golden Age stuff, which I appreciate. You see here, there's some like occult Nazi stuff going on, and so Diana really wants to get involved in the war. But they're telling Etta reminds her that it's not that easy. You're a woman. We just gotta support. And of course, this is Wonder Woman, so she doesn't listen. And some point we see her in the skirt. There we go. That Golden Age 1940s skirt, which is, I think, kind of a cool look. And you can see she's rounding up Nazis. She did fully go into the war. And anyways, the book ends in an interesting place because it actually somehow the Nazis wake up this giant machine, and it turns out it's an ancient Manhunter robot, as in like the Guardians of the Universe, Green Lanterns. The first part, the Manhunters. So I've only skimmed through this. I haven't really read it, but it definitely looks like a cool buy because anytime you get a good Wonder Woman story, it's always nice. So next I've got the New 52's Green Lantern Corps. This is Volume 2 Alpha War. The plot behind this is the Guardians of Oa are going to be bringing out their third army soon, and they kind of want to clean up the original stuff. So they're starting with the Alpha Lanterns. And if you're not familiar with who they are, they kind of took some Green Lanterns and kind of converted them into the Manhunter robots. So they were sort of, sentient based, but they had the power ring built right into their chest, and they kind of were compliant to the Guardian's orders like they were robots. Sorry, before I forget, this volume collects issues number 0 and numbers 8 through 14. Now, the 0 issue is a new issue for Guy Gardner. That's specifically in the New 52. He is a former police officer from a family of police officers. You can see at some point he gets disgraced. We're not really sure why. And there's his brother getting kind of shot in the line of duty, and these guys are going to kill him and his partner. And then Guy busts in on a motorcycle with the leather jacket. And he kind of catches them off guard. He beats the guys, grabs his brother and the guy's partner, and they hightail it out of there. Now, obviously, this is pretty brave. So, bam, there's his Green Lantern ring. And he immediately takes his family to the hospital. And then he catches some alien, and he decides, you know what, I deserve to have my own kind of outfit because I'm just that bad. So there you get that kind of an explanation why it looks like that is sort of inspired by the leather jacket he had. And then the last issue here just goes right into the Third Army. You can see they like convert people. And then finally the the Guardians managed to manipulate Guy because they set up this thing. I think on Earth he wouldn't be able to resist, but that meant disobeying some other orders. So they set him up so that basically he would resign, and then, he's back on Earth. So to be continued in the Third Lantern War. I think he becomes a Red Lantern after this. Okay, and finally here I've got Earth 2, Volume 3 Battle Cry. Now this collects issues 13 through 16. It has the 15.1, the Desaad Special, and it also has Annual number 1. Now, you see the cover here is from Annual 1. It's Who Is This New Batman? I'm pretty sure it was his dad, Thomas Wayne, because that kind of went over really well during Flashpoint, so I think they brought it back here. Although they don't actually reveal inside who it is. So it's just he's swinging around doing cool stuff. There's fighting the Atom. And, it's Batman, so he's kind of prepared for everything. And they're all like, well, who's this dude? But that's sort of to be continued later. The main plot is, I think, after Volume 1, when they defeated the Apocalypse invasion, Steppenwolf got left behind. So he's decided he wants to conquer Earth, and not for Darkseid, just for his own purposes. And so he's got some guys, especially noteworthy is this weird knight dude. And they're fighting, and a bunch of dialogue and fighting. I love Mr. Miracle. And then they bring the Red Tornado, who I believe ends up being Lois Lane, the spirit, like her consciousness, robotic consciousness in the robot body. So anyway, Steppenwolf's fighting these people, and then he gets betrayed by the guy in the armor, who turns out to be Superman. And that's scary. Is it Superman resurrected? No, because I think I have the next volume, or the one after that, and we find out that this Superman is a clone, and he's basically the Earth 2 Bizarro, because he starts breaking down. And then here's a 15.1 issue. It's Desaad, Power Girl and Huntress. I don't know if they were back in the Earth 2 universe at this point, or what's going on. Basically, it establishes that he's a bad dude, and he likes to torture people, and that he is patiently awaiting the return of Darkseid. So yeah, those are the books. I know this is kind of a short one. I didn't find too much. You may have seen my last video. I actually did find a lot. I just either had it, or it was Marvel stuff that I'm not particularly interested in. I do have next batch ready to go, so I'll hopefully find the energy to do that. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.